Um, Would you sign my Housemaster? I would, of course, I'd sign your Housemasters. Love something. Oh yeah, Robert Owens for sure. I mean, he's freaking talk about a goat. House of Who, right up. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Making Be a Friend. It's one of my favorites. With Todd Terry Masters of Work. Well, I'm in contact with Todd Terry. I've actually real quick. I'm going to get to the Be a Friend story. Sometimes it's like it's really could be very intimidating to to talk to your influences about doing collabs. Todd Terry, I have his number. I've talked to him. He knows. Been in touch with Kenny Dope. Kenny Dope is intimidating to me. He's just like, he's got that. I mean, he's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. But he's just got like that, that Brooklyn, New York type vibe. It's like, hey, how you doing? I'd love to collab with Armand. I've reached out to him. We've exchanged numbers, but I haven't heard from him. So you know how people are. I'm a flake when it comes to communication too. So have you ever listened to the fan made full? Yeah, wait. I started to listen to that because I had someone come up to me and be like, "Congratulations on Full On Volume 5." I'm like, that ain't mine. I got to check it out. It sounded good. I was skimmed through it. I didn't give it a proper listen because I was in the middle of working when I was told about it. Maybe some collab with Duck Sauce. I would totally be up for doing a Duck Sauce collab, but I know that's Armand and A-Track's thing. I saw A-Track at Croatia, the Croatia gig. He's a great guy too. Is the connection buffering? Listen, if the connection's buffering, let's just say that, wait. Is living in New Jersey like The Sopranos? Not asking for Manny. No, I grew up with a bunch of Italians. So, I mean, back in the 80s, you kind of had a little bit of that attitude. I was not an alpha male by any chance. But it wasn't as dramatic as The Sopranos. I mean, it exists, but someone asked about Be a Friend. Basically, I wanted to sample The Who. And then I always put like subliminal. I had put subliminal messages about God in my work. So Be a Friend is obviously related to a God concept. Tips. Trying to make a Todd core UKG track and not happy with any of my results. The thing about what makes my work is the samples themselves. It's, everyone has a different ear. I think the thing is, don't worry about it. Make it sound like me. Make it sound like you. Like what interests you? What tracks? Like what do you like your music to sound like? What inspires you? And put that into your work. DJ Lawrence Anthony, how you doing? Lawrence is always doing some good lives. I catch your feed. I catch your lives, bro. Making music. Do you do the vocals? Not on all my tracks, but obviously I sing and I write. I sang. I've sang for Daft Punk twice. I wrote a song when I did that song "Go Crazy" for Pete Tong. To me, the thing of it is about, there's different types of Todd tracks for me. There's like the club style, and then there's the more radio friendly or radio like listening tracks. To make a good club track, I definitely think focus on the drums first and the bass line, and then put the samples around those two things. If you're trying to make something more musical, I always go with the samples first, and then I work the bass line around the samples. I don't know if I've heard the Gunman. I know 187 Lockdown, though. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, James. Without effects? I guess, wait. I think the thing about singing for me, it's hard to listen to your own voice. And then it's like, I become self-conscious and I wind up, putting too many effects on because I don't trust my own voice. Yeah, I have contact with Tomas more than Guimon. I have but Gimon, I can reach out to him, but I'm definitely more in contact with Tomas. Shut the door. What did the vocals on? Who did the vocals? Okay, vocals on "Shut the Door" were done by my friend. It used to be my next door neighbor, Lori Chastain or Champlain. She moved away to Texas. And "If You Want" is actually sampled. It's a sampled vocal. And I'm glad you like "If You Want," Abdul, because that's one of my personal favorites too. But I think, at the time when I released it, not that it got slept on, but it's not as common amongst people. Thank you, Brad. Okay, make it. Actually explode though. Okay, is explode like Generation Z talk? Because some of the terms. I think I'm gonna get a chip. Epilogue talk. Well, like I said, I'm up for any gigs. What is your favorite beer? I don't drink a lot of beer because, especially when I'm DJing, because you don't need an extra trip to the bathroom. I do tequila. I like Modelo. Guinness is good too. Oh. Nice. What new mix did you listen to? The NTS? Oh, wait. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. Where's PL? Will you come someday? I obviously did the Love My Scion because Scion brought me down to the Winter Music Conference, and I always show love to the people that, work with me. Remix of Sea Lion Woman was done in, I think 1999. Lawrence, DJ Lawrence, thank you. I've been so eager to I have all this music I made during the pandemic that I want to get out. And it's just a time consuming process. Releasing is so, what's the word? It's everything has to be so scheduled with Spotify and the likes. You used to be able to just release as much as you want. Now you have to pace yourself, and it's frustrating because I just want to get it out there. Oh, Poland. I'd love to come to Poland. I've never played Poland before. Do you know when? Do you have a gig plan in the Netherlands? As of now, nothing yet, but but again, stay on top of my socials. I'm always announcing where I'm going. Finding new ones in that. I was 11 years old and my sister locked down. Oh, very cool, James. Really? Interesting, James. On your... Yep. Lover for Now is me. Where are you at the moment? I'm in Salisbury right now, Lawrence. Yeah, I've played Netherlands before. I forgot the name of the festival or what was called. Sweden. Love Sweden. Wait, so check it out. Lover for Now is actually the idea. It's about a character that falls in love with a stripper. If you listen to the lyrics, it's, the funny thing is when I was in high school, obviously 18 we'd go, or 17, 18, they'd have strip clubs near where we lived. We nothing but class we are. So some friends would actually fall for, these girls chatting them up. And so the concept of Lover for Now is basically about a guy that's just enamored and just falls for one of these dancers, thinking that she's actually interested. So there you got a little background behind this, the making of Lover for Now. Full on one. Yeah. 2013 was a good year for me, too. I won a Grammy and moved to LA and worked with Daft Punk for a second time. No, I have not played Elden Ring. That sounds like something from Middle-earth. Thank you for the gift. Ooh, I got 5 lightning bolts. Do you guys ever watch those people pretending to be AI? Freaking hysterical. Have you ever played in Ireland? You know what? Did I? Jesus. It's terrible that you're asking this question and I'm having to think back. I am 50. I just turned 50 this year. And my brain is just my memory's shot. It's like a broken hard drive. It's if I don't think about something for more than a month, it gets pushed to the back of my head, never to be heard from again. What do you look for in a sample? Okay. Samples, it's all about texture. I love getting a good chord, like a Rhodes organ, with a little cymbal sound in there, maybe a vocal, slight little bass in there. It's all about the texture in the sample, and having not just one layer of things. And that's the thing. Do you like Steely Dan? Yeah, I've sampled from Steely Dan before. Shh, don't tell anyone. Yes. I did switch to folk, and I did that because when I was just out of high school, I did nothing but walk. I had this baseball cap that looked like it was made from someone's some grandmother's couch. Had headphones on, cassette deck. I recorded a bunch of shows off of radio and did nothing but listen to house music all day, every day when I was going to college. And, just trying to educate myself on the music that I was trying to make. And, when you start listening to house music and all you're doing is sampling from soul for 5 to 6 years, it can get a little redundant after a while. So I explored another generation of music. What was my favorite? Dan Fogelberg. And I've sampled him in other tracks as well. Well, when I get back home, I'll have a little more time and I can jump on the Discord and have some fun with that. Have I ever seen the Grateful Dead live? No, I have not. The most obscure, I found some old folk, an Irish folk guy. It was almost like a cappella. Had a very unique voice. I would say that's one of the more unique ones I got. Argentina, what's going on? Let's see. Do you ever get to see your memory tape episode? I'm waiting for the new one. I don't know what I'm still waiting to see if it was released or not. I don't know what's going on. I know it sucks about Sinead O'Connor. That's terrible. RJ Passon on TikTok. He got some interesting loops. All right, I'll check him out. Okay, so they haven't released mine. None of you've seen it, right? Because I haven't been paying attention to the memory tapes. Love you too, XM. I have to find that out. I always think did I do something wrong? But honestly, they might have a strategy as to why they haven't released it yet. How did I get started remixing Alabama blues in the 90s? Well, I had to borrow my friend's Sonic EPS. I had an Sonic EPS too, but back then we didn't have like computers that stored a lot of memory, so I had to do the vocal mix using my friend's sampler. And again, just I went through records, found samples for the musical elements. I did the vocal mix first, and I actually did the dub in one night. Things I've ever done in one night usually have the most impact. I think it's just like that instant thought process. If you don't overthink it, you just boom, do it. Don't second guess it. Carter, I'm happy that I was a part of that, finding the last few face-to-face samples. I think that it helped. Yes, it was one night, pretty much one night that I did the Alabama Blues dub. I should be coming to DC soon. Winter Behavior 2024. Like a remix of it? Campero Tactico, how are you? Love Spain. Hello, Yipped. Wagwan from Ireland. I think it'd be cool if you remix Polyphia. What's your flavor in Manchester? Shoot, I'm never in any place long enough to get a favorite anything. It's like literally just zip in, zip out for years. Well, the sampling style also came from the lack of musical equipment back then. Most people had have so much access to synths on their computers now, but back in the day, you had to deal with real analog synths and stuff, and if you couldn't afford it, you had to make do with what you got. So thank God I had a sampler, and I was able to figure out how to use samples in place of actual synths. Is it alienating? It gets lonely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like quiet time, but I do traveling by myself. Thank you for calling me a legend, whatever your name is. It gets. I mean, this particular tour is 3 weeks long, so it's like it's really, it's intense on the weekends, and then like you have downtime. The cool thing is this time around, DJ Majestic was kind enough to keep me out in Ibiza with him for a couple days, and I got to hang with him when I got back to England for a couple days. So at least I got to see him and his proteges back to Chicago. UK cousin reminds me. Think of UK George Orwell. UK customs. You mean like going through customs? Matt, is that what you meant? Oh, thank you about the As I Am remix. I'm proud of that one. Yeah. Well, it's fun now. I'm used to passport control. I mean, it's just like, does any of it mean anything? I don't know. But can I tell you something that I really loved about passport control these last year? I had two immigration officers recognize me. In fact, when I just got back to England from Croatia, the guy goes, because you have to activate your working visa, because you have to have a working visa when you're working in the UK. He goes back to activate it. Another officer comes out with him, and he's like, I just had to see if it was you, because he's like, we're big garage fans here. So that was twice in the course of like 3 months that passport officers recognized who I was. So that's a good feeling. Savior Tonight with or without a U. It's meant to be Savior Tonight with or without a U. What's that weird question, but is it meant to be Savior Tonight with or without a U? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That's nice, Matt. Thank you. Am I going to drop sample packs? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Why was there a U in it? I could have spelled it incorrectly. Like that's just, that could have been me. Tomas and Guimon are amazing individuals. I spend more time with Tomas. He is a genius. I'm fascinated by him, even though I consider him a very close friend and a brother. He's still like hanging out with Jesus because it's just like, I've never met anyone like him before. His energy is crazy. When you came to Hidden, I'm glad you enjoyed the show in Manchester. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Is your remix a little scared by Benjamin Diamond? Yeah, I mean, again, some remixes really fall below the radar, but you know what? Not everything needs to be a massive hit. And I'm here. I think I had a therapist once tell me, he's like, don't worry about making great music, just make good music. And that's always been my focus, because good music keeps longevity. If you make one hit and then the rest of it's crap, it's hard just to stay constant. But if you can be constantly putting out quality, I think that's why I'm still here. Yeah, I like the Sirkin remix too. Medical. Medical. I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't need a medicinal license in LA because you can just get it. It's legal. It doesn't really agree with me too much, to be quite honest. Like, I give it multiple times. It's just like I've tried, I've done it. It just doesn't agree with my system. Well, tomorrow I'm playing We Out There Festival in Salisbury, and then I'm doing a back-to-back set with DJ Q on Friday. Yeah, I think I did play Newcastle. I should really probably start writing down where I've played before, because I'm going to be 90 and they could be like, where have you played? I don't remember. I don't know. No, I probably should really invest in more reggae listening and stuff. I definitely respect it. And who is your favorite producer to hang out with? I mean, obviously, Tomos and Guimon are two of my favorites. I hate being put on the spot to answer a question like that, because then I blank on who I've hung out with. Blessed Madonna is a sweetheart. Who else? I mean, I'm usually anyone I hang out with, I become friends with, unless there's some kind of an a-hole or something like that. Would you ever release your face-to-face UK garage edit? I would release the edit if I had permission from Tomas and Guimon, and maybe that's a conversation at some point. At the risk of sounding dumb, are you also Sunshine Brothers? That's not dumb. No, I am the Sunshine Brothers. The Sunshine Brothers was an idea that my first manager came up with, and it was a sound to kind of emulate the musical stylings of MJ Cole at the time, and almost like the Bette Midler remix that MK did. I Want to Deserve You. So it's kind of like the cleaner version of a Todd Edwards track. The cut ups were mostly just vocals, and then I played the rest. So it was inspired by MJ Cole. I'm just going to pause. Okay, I guess I'm back. Sorry, I'm getting incoming text, so forgive me. Sorry about that. Couldn't, got a text from my better half, so. You have all my vinyls, Lawrence? Yeah, I got a call. Lawrence, at some point I'd love to hang with you, bro. It's difficult. What's your thoughts on the idea of an Odyssey remaster? Are you asking because you know I did it, or you're asking I should do it? I had. I mean, it had to be over 1,000. I mean, I'm getting bombarded with questions. Track you made during your studio tour? No, the track during the studio tour was never released. It was just like kind of an example. I didn't even know where those discs are. My record collection was huge, and then I brought them to LA, and then I got pissed off. I had a small apartment in LA, and I brought all the records up into my apartment one night because my second manager had storage at his place, and got them all up into my studio or into my apartment. And then my manager told me that because I was kind of like sub renting my apartment from him, told me the building was being sold, and I was just unstable at the time, just frustrated, and I'm like, that's it. I want to sell them all. Like, I can't stand having all these records. It's like you live in a small place, and the apartment that I lived in, the stairs going up to it, it's like from The Exorcist, like in The Exorcist where the guy like falls down, like tumbling down the stairs. That's what the stairs look like at this apartment. So I had to, bringing stuff up and down was such a pain in the ass. So he came up with the brilliant idea of, getting a buzz going by, selling records on eBay. What's up, DJ Matt? Todd, hope you well. Thank you, DJ Matt. Real quick, Doobie Brothers. So when you were asking about Odyssey, you do know that I remastered that album. Like, I did this like special edition. It's like I invested some good money into it. It's like it's ready to go. What song am I most proud of? I mean, like I said, I think I'm proudest that my earliest work